from the United States of America. Stand by, Americans. Here's Mail Call, one big package of words and music and laughter delivered to you by the stars from whom you want to hear. In answer to the request you send to Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. And here to act as your mistress of ceremonies is a gal whom the GIs from Assam to the Aleutians have voted Miss Just About Everything. Your singing sweetheart, Dinah Shore.
I feel a sudden urge to sing the kind of ditty that invokes the spring. So control your desire to curse while I crucify the verse. This verse I've started seems to me the tin pan antithesis of melody. So to spare you all the pain, I'll skip the darn thing and sing the refrain. Me, 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 so, 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 do, so, mi, do, la, si. Take it away, the night is young, skies are clear. If you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's still lovely. I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's still lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear dear Mother Nature murmuring low. Oh, let yourself go, please be sweet, my chickadee. When I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear, dear Mother Nature murmuring low. Let yourself go, please be sweet, my chickadee. When I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, delicious, delectable, delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely. Thanks, folks. Well, gang, our mail call notes tonight are mostly musical. In other words, we're keeping melody at the maximum and hubba-hubba at the minimum. Popping out of our musical mailbag now is the vocal group that gives a song more bounce than a kangaroo with a vacancy. Singing Sentimental Journey, here's the Pied Pipers.
Gonna take a sentimental journey, gonna set my heart at ease, gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Got my bag, I got my reservation, spent each time I could afford, like a child in wild anticipation, long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam. Gotta take the sentimental journey, sentimental journey home.
Seven, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for
Heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gotta take this sentimental journey home. Take my journey, sentimental journey home.
Oh, that was mighty potent piping, Pipers. Thank you. Now, fellas, we're going to pitch a little change of pace at you. In brief, we skip from a tune to a buffoon. One of the best, by the way, who ever tickled the coast-to-coast audience's risibilities, or whatever it is a coast-to-coast audience gets tickled. Anyhow, here then is the man who answers even before you call him to the name of Victor Borge.
Thank you very much for this lovely introduction. I have a request. It's from a dear friend of mine. We haven't seen each other for about 6 years, and neither have I. And he asked me if I would do a... he's in all the armed forces, and he came in this morning, and he asked me... Well, he's leaving tonight, you see, and so he asked me to... Well, he'll be back tomorrow, though, but he asked me if I would do... a certain routine, a little piece of music I used to play when I was a little boy, and, you know, we grew up, we were little boys and girls, we didn't know at that time, but anyway, he asked me if I would do that, and I would like to do it. Now, unfortunately, I just got a telephone call that he wouldn't be able to be here, so I don't have to do it, see? That takes care of that. Now, so I'll do something else. What, I don't know, but I have the idea that I would like to show you a little opera. We have so much beautiful song, so much beautiful music in this show, and I would like to show you how a real opera sounds, because when you put it all together, you know, that's what we call it, or what we used to call it, and all of us. And this happens to be a little Mozart opera. Well, nobody knows this opera except myself. I found this opera about 7 years ago. In 2 months, it'll be 7 years and 2 months ago. Yeah, Eastern time, of course. And I think this is a very beautiful little opera, and I would like to show you this opera. This happens to be a Mozart opera. It's written by Mozart. And that's why it's called a Mozart opera, of course. And, he also wrote the music, by the way. And this little opera is only one act. That's why I like to do it, because it doesn't take too long. You see, well, it's a long act, but it's only one. And it begins when the curtain rises. And then the stage setting is a little forest. There are 2 trees. It's not a real forest, but there are 2 trees, and that indicates that it is the beginning of a forest. And 1 tree on each side. 1 tree on the right side on the stage, and 1 tree on the left side. Well, it all depends on where you see it from, of course. It might be the other way. Well, anyway, first the soprano comes, no, the tenor comes in. There's a little difference there. He comes in first, and he sings, well, he's supposed to meet his soprano, as they call them, but she isn't there. So he hides behind one of the trees, and that's one of the reasons why these trees are there. And he hides behind he hides behind one of the trees in order to surprise her when she arrives a little later, which he apparently does. And when she comes in, she can't understand where he is because she's supposed to meet him there on the stage. And she doesn't know that he's behind the tree. As a matter of fact, she knows it because she has seen it at rehearsals, but she but she just pretends that he isn't there. So she hides herself behind the other tree in order to surprise him when he comes in later, which he doesn't because he is there right now. It's just a technical thing that has nothing to do with the opera. Now, they're standing there for about 20 minutes and nothing happens. Yes, of course, the orchestra plays, but that doesn't mean a thing. Now, after this, the chorus comes in, the choir, or chorus as we want to call it, and nobody knows why except Mozart, and he's dead. After this, her father shows up, and he's very sad because he just found out that she isn't his daughter. Now, this has nothing to do with the opera. I found that out myself. And he decides that she must die because no more trouble, and the opera has to end some way. She's a very obedient daughter, and she dies, and that is the end. Now, first you hear the orchestra play the overture. The first thing is the orchestra, the conductor, I think you call him, the conductor's footsteps when he enters the pit. Here they are. You might think he limps. He doesn't. He walks sideways. By the way, the Steinway people asked me to tell you that this is a Baldwin piano. Here's the overture. This is the first part of it, of course. Now you hear the second part. That's exactly the same. This little bloop is an extra one. I put that in myself. Now, the curtain rises. It's a big curtain, isn't it? First the tenor comes in from the left. Now here's a little tall fellow. He comes in the single file from the left. And he goes behind the tree right away. Five steps later, the soprano comes in. She goes behind the other tree. Now, the chorus come in. There are supposed to be 12, but unfortunately, today we have only 11 because one doesn't feel so well. It doesn't matter. You won't hear the difference anyway, whether 11 or 12. Well, she'll be back tomorrow, though. That doesn't mean a thing. She doesn't get paid anyway, so that's plus tax. Now, they come all in. They're supposed to come in. There is dark on the stage, and in other words, the light dimmed. That's why they are dressed in a kind of cheap underwear, because there's no use to spend a lot of money for costumes when you can't see them. And you definitely can't. Can't. So here they come in minor. You don't hear the difference. Now they fool around a little and ask each other why they are there, because nobody seems to know, as I told you before, and they decide to walk out again exactly as they came in. And here they walk. Now they get little of the money and they go home. The father shows up now. My daughter, you must die. My daughter, you must die. You must die. You know, she doesn't understand so well. You must die, you must die, you must die, you must die. Now she finally understands and she sings her famous death aria. Oh, must I die? And she dies. And that is the end of the opera. Now the orchestra plays the overture once more for the people who came in late.
Well, thank you, Victor Borge, for an extremely enlightening flight into nothing. Well, looks like there's a little detail for Dinah setting in now. Specifically, a battle, that's great. I mean a ballad you all seem to get a kick out of. Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'll understand, and in a little while he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word. Maybe I shall meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe not. Still I'm sure to meet him one day, maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. We'll build a little home just meant for two, from which I'll never roam. Would you? And so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I love. Maybe I shall meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe not. Still I'm sure to meet him one day, maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. We'll build a little home just meant for two, from which I'll never roam. Would you? And so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I Thank you. You know, it's always a pleasure to run into an old friend, and introducing our next mail call correspondent is a double pleasure because he's just as good a friend of yours as he is of mine. If you've ever hummed, whistled, or played a harmonica, you must have hummed, whistled, or harmonica'd a flock of his tunes. Singing Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe with the help of the Pied Pipers, Johnny Mercer, that's all.
Do you hear that whistle down the line? I figure that it's engine number 49. She's the only one that'll sound that way on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. See the old smoke rising round the bend. I reckon that she knows she's gonna meet a friend. Folks around these parts get the time of day from the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Here she comes. Ooh, hey Jim, you better get the rig. Ooh, she's got a list of passengers that's pretty big, and they'll all want lifts to Brown's Hotel, 'cause lots of them been traveling for quite a spell, all the way from Philadelphia on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
All aboard! All aboard! Chugga, chugga, ooh, chugga, 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 ooh.
Let her rip, Mr. Engineer. Gotta go far away from here while the man at the fire shovels on the coal. Stick your head out the cab, watch the drivers roll. See the towns and the roads go whizzing by. Fare thee well, Laramie, Albuquerque High. Yes, sirree, here we are going all the way.
Mustn't quit till we hit California. On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe, here she comes. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Hey, Jim, you better get the rig. She's got a list of passengers that's pretty big, and they'll all want lifts to Brown's Hotel, 'cause lots of them been traveling for quite a spell.
On the way from Philadelphia,
On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Boy, Johnny, that was really swell.
Thank you,
And
Dinah.
ditto, Pieds. You know, I really enjoy the way you do a song, Johnny. You're different from other singers somehow. You sing from the heart.
Well, I have to sing from the heart, Dinah. I got no voice.
Oh, come on there, John. You're just being modest. But then that's characteristic of us Southerners.
Us Southerners? Look, Dinah, I'm from Georgia, all right, but where do you figure with this Southerner talk?
Well, I happen to be from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yankee.
Just a moment. What do you mean, Yankee? Have you ever been to Tennessee?
No, but I hear it's mighty pretty country. And it must be very colorful up there with all those red-coated Mounties riding around.
Hold on here, son. You make Tennessee sound like it's Canada.
Well, ain't it?
Of course not. You're thinking of Maryland.
Well, Dinah, I know lots of folks who hail from Tennessee, and I don't see how they can call themselves Southerners.
And why not?
Well, when they talk, people can understand them.
Well, you're from Georgia, and I can understand you.
Well, that's because I've spent so much time in the icy wastes of Southern California. But, Dinah, you should have seen me when I first got here and tried to break into the songwriting racket.
You were really from Dixie, huh?
Dixie? I wrote Shortening Bread 3 times before I found somebody else beat me to it.
That was pretty good. I must say, though, Johnny, nobody beat you to Blues in the Night, so let's induct the Pied Pipers and take off. How about
Okay,
it?
Dinah. If we're going to sing it together, will you try and fake a Southern accent?
I'll try it.
mama done told me when I was in knee pants. My mama done told me, son,
a woman'll sweet talk and she'll give you the glad eye. But when that sweet talking's done, a woman's a two-faced, a worrisome thing who'll leave you to sing the blues in the night.
Now the rains are falling, hear the train a calling, hoo-wee.
my mama done told me,
Hear that lonesome whistle blowing across the trestle, hoo-wee.
yeah, my mama done told me,
A hooey da hooey, doo-doo.
clickety-clack, echoing back
Come
the
in,
blues.
boy.
A little late, huh? In the night.
The evening breeze will start the trees to climb, and the moon will dim its light. When you get the blues in the night.
Take my word, the mockingbird will sing the saddest kind of song.
He knows things are wrong, and he's right.
Hey, from Natchez to Mobile, from Memphis to St. Joe, wherever the four winds blow.
I've been in some big towns, heard me some big talk, but there is one thing I know.
A woman's a two-faced,
A worrisome thing who'll leave you to
Oh, you're
sing
dreaming.
the blues in the night.
so let me give you fair warning. You may feel fine in the morning, but look out for those blues in the night.
Oh, that was really fun, Johnny and the Pied Pipers, even if we did wander a little on that arrangement. That's it for this session, guys, but we'll be beaming another airmail special your way real soon. Till then, it's 3-0 for tonight.
Well, that's it, fellas. The end of another mail call letter. Signatures include Dinah Shore, the Pied Pipers, Victor Borge, Johnny Mercer, the Armed Forces Radio Service Orchestra, and yours truly, Don Wilson. This program is arranged with the cooperation of the Hollywood Victory Committee. Another mail call will be coming your way the next time you hear. This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.